This episode is specific to the programming functionality of the Toro IntelliSense Smart Dial Weather Track Enabled Controller. We've already previously discussed setup and schedule, and now we're going to turn the dial to programming. By turning the lower line in the program mode, we can select each station individually and begin programming that station as required. We're going to start with station number 1, and we're going to turn the upper line. The upper line changes the menu function to set program mode. The lower line selects the features within that program mode. In this case, we're going to change it to fully automated, which is by default. And we're going to turn the upper line, and we're going to select the schedule. You have options of schedule A or B in this program mode. If you want to have specific scheduling opportunities for one valve versus another, you can do so. Odd, maybe on one set of valves, even on another. In this case, we're going to select schedule A, and we're going to turn the upper line to the right. This feature, known as Use Water Window, is used for areas that have water restrictions. If you don't have water restrictions in your area, you may choose to use the lower line and select No. That will give the opportunity for the controller to water any time during the day, and it will not follow the schedule requirements of the water window. If you do have water restraints, you will definitely want to use the Yes, and it will tell you that your end time is at 11 a.m. By turning the upper line, the next feature is the sprinkler type. You can see that spray head, full circle rotors, part circles, mixed rotors, impacts, stream rotors, bubblers, drip emitters, stream sprays, many different choices. You need to select the choice that's most appropriate for your irrigation. We're going to leave it on spray head. Very common. Turn the upper line to the right, and you'll see that the preset part 1 is the left of the decimal is set at 1.70. That's 1 inch, 0.7 per hour, which is standard for most all spray heads. If you know that your spray heads are less than that or more than that, it is adjustable by turning the lower line, zeroing it out, or increasing it to the right. By turning the upper line to the right, the cursor now goes underneath the part 2 and is now adjustable. So if you know that your sprinklers are 1.5 inches per hour, you can select it here. We highly recommend that you leave it in default, but it is adjustable. The sprinkler efficiency is the next menu item by turning it to the right on the upper line. By default, spray heads are 70%. We recommend you leave it there, but if you have a very good system, you might want to increase that using the lower line to 75 or 80%. Or if you have an older system and the nozzles aren't very good at coverage and maybe the spacing is suspect, you could use a 60% adjustment. That is going to affect the runtime. The lower percent, the higher runtime. The higher percent, the lower the runtime because of the efficiency. Again, the next feature we're going to talk about here is the soil type. Sandy, using the lower line, sandy loam, loam, clay loam, and clay are your options within this menu. Most people have somewhere between loam and clay loam. So if you know what soil type you have, certainly select it. Use the upper line to go to the next feature, and this is the plant type. Many different plant types are available. The choice that you make is the best guess. Whatever you believe that plant material to be. Flowers, trees, shrubs with high water use, medium water use, or low water use, mixed high, medium, and low, native grasses, and custom plants, which may need to be talked about later. Custom turfs as well. Most people are using cool season or warm season turf. If it goes dormant in the winter, it's a warm season turf. So we're going to select that. The next feature is the root depth. This is set by default to the type of material that you've selected. If you have very well established plant material, the root depth may be adjusted to something deeper. If it is a young plant material that isn't established, you may need to go in and select less root depth. And you'll see that when I went to 2 inches, there was an alert here because of the parameters that we adjusted. So I'm going to leave it at 4 inches, which is normal, and turn the upper line to the right. And this is where you're going to set the microclimate of the sunny all day, sunny most of the day, shady most of the day, shady all day. I'm going to select sunny all day. That means that no trees are obstructing the sun, and it is going to get full sun all day, which is going to be the maximum water requirement. By turning the upper line to the right, the next feature set is called Set Slope Factor. If you have none or slight slope, it allows the water to soak in and you get longer run times. By increasing with the lower line the gentle 6 to 8% or the mild 9 to 12%, the watering opportunities for that sprinkler type are diminished. So having a severe slope, you may only need to have a 3 to 6 minute runtime maximum, and even though it needs to water for 20 minutes, it will do that in 4 to 6 times per day because it's a maximum allowable because of the slope. You can adjust this to get longer run times by going to a mild or slight slope. Will give you the maximum allowable run times. The next feature is called usable rainfall. We select 100%, and we really don't want you to select anything other than 100%. That allows the rain sensor to be active. The next feature, we have now completed the program, and now this station is set to fully automated, and weather track based on the ET will set the scheduling and water requirements for that plant material based on the weekly ET.